Welcome. This is a brief introduction about how to create accessible Google Slides presentations. Here are the topics that I'll be covering. We'll do a quick review of universal digital accessibility features, general tips for accessible presentations no matter which application you use, how to create accessible Google Slides, and then how to use Grackle Slides with Google Slides. Here's a quick review of some basic accessibility features. This is not a complete list of requirements, but these are common elements that apply to slideshows and a variety of other media and interfaces. So text must be machine readable. Text must have sufficient contrast. Photos and graphics must have alternative text. Color can't be the only way to convey information. All interactive content must be usable with only a keyboard. And finally, links must use meaningful text that can stand alone. Don't use click here or read more. Now let's look at some general accessibility recommendations for slideshow presentations. So first, use a unique slide title on every slide. This aids in navigation, especially for non-sighted users. So text size, use a minimum text size of 24 points. 28 points is even better. And consider your use case. If you will be presenting your slideshow virtually or via recording and not sharing the slides in advance, end users will not have a way to adjust the text size the way they can with a document on their own machine. So next, use a simple sans serif font. A few good options are Verdana, Arial, Calibri, or Lexend. Next, verbally describe any images or graphics for people who can't see them. Read the slide text for those who can't see it, or include all of the information verbally if not reading it verbatim. Avoid extensive use of dark mode. Although dark mode is better for some users, it is worse for a larger percentage of users. So reading a lot of light text on a dark background is uncomfortable and reduces readability. Whenever possible, share the slides in advance. This allows people who use assistive technologies to access the material directly and allows people to familiarize themselves with the material in advance. So now that we've reviewed some of the basics, let's look at how to create an accessible presentation using Google Slides. When you create a new Google Slides presentation, begin with an accessible template or use Google's default layout options. Either option ensures elements have some of the important accessibility features baked in and eliminates issues with reading order. To change the layout of one of your slides, select the slide, then click Layout from the toolbar. Instead of adding your own text box to blank slides, try using these default layout options. This ensures that titles are tagged as titles and the reading order of the text on your slides is correct. If you start with a blank slide instead and then add your own text boxes, there's a chance the reading order will be incorrect and require fixing. So you might be wondering how you can check the reading order of your Google Slides. Use the Tab key to check reading order. Make sure the title is read first, followed by text boxes from top to bottom and left to right. So this tabbing behavior is different than what you're used to for web pages. On web pages, tabbing only takes you to interactive elements. So if you find the reading order is incorrect, you can change it by first selecting the element, then go to the Arrange menu, select Order, and then choose one of the options. So be aware that this tool will affect both the reading order and the stacking order. So if you bring an element to the front, it will be read first, and it will also appear on top of any other elements that it's overlapping. Now, if it's not overlapping anything, you won't see any changes visually. If any of your slides have images or graphics, you'll need to add alt text. To do this, select the image and then right-click. Select alt text. A text box labeled Description will open in the right-hand sidebar where you can add your alt text. So what is Grackle Slides? Grackle Slides is a Google Workspace add-on. It is one of 3 Grackle add-ons available. Also available are Grackle Docs and Grackle Sheets. So to get Grackle Slides, go to the Extensions menu, select Add-ons, and then Get Add-ons. And this will open a pop-up window for the Google Workspace Marketplace. Search for Grackle Slides and then install it. So use Grackle Slides to check the accessibility of your Google Slides presentation. Of course, you should still do a manual review because automated checkers can't catch all issues. Now, you will launch Grackle Slides from within the slides presentation that you want to check. Go to the Extensions menu, select Grackle Slides, and then click Launch. So what happens when you launch Grackle Slides? Once it launches, it will open in the right sidebar. So it may take a minute to run through all of the accessibility checks. If it finds issues, it will flag them with a red X. If it identifies possible issues, it will mark them with a red exclamation on top of a green check mark. The plain green check marks let you know that no issues were found for that feature. So to fix issues or possible issues, click on the element and Grackle will tell you more about where the issue is and how to fix it. So once your Google Slides are accessible and your presentation is complete, you may export it as a PowerPoint file if needed. But be sure to run the accessibility checker in PowerPoint to ensure all of your accessibility features migrated. A couple of relevant pages are the manual review checklist available in the testing section, or the Grackle how-to guides, which are available in the Google page under Documents and Forms on the menu. Thanks for watching this video. If you need help or have questions, you can always email the DAP team at improving-accessibility@berkeley.edu.